Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to Korolev, the space city of Russia. Welcome to a new house tour. It's right behind me. We're going to go and check it out. As you can see from the snow on the ground, we are now slowly heading into winter. This is actually the second snow day we've had. Now the actual house itself is right in front of us here. And it's down this very quiet lane here, and all of the houses around us. Have a look at the woods and the trees. And what we want to go and look at is this brand new house, or modern house. Now, I've been very fortunate to be able to come and look at this thanks to a subscriber of the channel who built this house themselves. And what's super interesting is that it was a lady, actually two ladies who are sisters, who are responsible for this house and everything that I'm going to show you on the walk around. We're also going to get to meet them as well. Now, firstly, the land itself. So this is 400 square meters, and this is fully gated and fenced and enclosed, which is very typical in Russia. And you can perhaps see from some of the neighbors also that you can see their gates and fences, and the actual gate itself is electric, so it's with a remote, opens and closes. Got a little bit of a garden area. You can see the snow, and then this would be where you'd park your car. And then you've got the house itself. So the actual property itself, 400 square meters, the house sits basically at the back of the property. And this front area here, you can park actually up to 6 cars in this space. Now when we drove in, we went right in the middle, but it's quite easy that you can spread them out a little bit. There's a little bit of room down the side here, and a little bit of access if you want to set some, perhaps, veggies up to grow. See their neighbors right behind. I keep looking up at these trees and this blue sky as well. It's really crazy. We've had snow a little bit today and mostly all day yesterday. And then we're coming now. White snow just makes everything look so much more beautiful. So this area right here, of course, would be grassed if we could see it. Great spot to put a barbecue, some kids' swings and play sets. So the way the house is actually laid out, it's a 2-story house. It's designed as 3 bedrooms upstairs, and we're going to get a good walk around of it in a few minutes. And then the open plan downstairs, and these very big windows as well. And you can enter the house through 2 ways. And one way would be through these doors right here, but this is the summer entrance. And you've also got a bit of a patio with these nice balustrade panels, I guess they're called. And we're not going to go through the summer entrance because it's winter. We need to go through the winter entrance. And you can hear the crunching over the snow, the pine needles. Let's have a look one more time. Actually, the sun is going to be shining right in our eyes. Now, the good thing too, in winter, you get this sun coming in, and it's just beautiful. So this house is finished and listed for sale. And we'll put all the information in it in the description. Also, we're going to meet the 2 ladies responsible for this a little bit later. You can see the neighbors right there. A little bit of an older build. Now, this is effectively for sale as of the time I walk through this door here. So let's go and check it out. Let's head on inside and get into this walk around. Now, the first rule in a Russian house, you take your shoes off. That's an absolute given, no matter who you are. If you're the president of Russia, when he comes to your house, he'll take his shoes off. So the first thing we're met with here is this entrance hall. Now, what's interesting is there is actually a door to close it off, to keep the heat in. And then there's these big cupboards here. Of course, somewhere to put your coat, shoes right here. Little drawer to put your keys and things like that. And then you've got this downstairs layout, and then I'm going to eventually take you upstairs and show you that as well. So on this downstairs floor, we've got a storage cupboard or closet. And this is kind of cool because it wraps around underneath the stairs. So a good place to put some equipment. Now, I was suggested I can put my skis here. I don't own any skis. However, it's completely possible. And then the one thing, these door handles are very nice, by the way. There's a lot of little things that I'm noticing that I didn't see initially. Have a look at the storage. You've got a ton of storage. Now this is all built in and part of the house. Then of course you could put some more in if you want to. So on this lower level, you've got the open plan kitchen, lounge room, dining room area. And then there is also one room behind me that we'll walk into in a second. So the bathroom, and then walking straight ahead on the left is the stairs to go upstairs, and then on the right is the utility room or laundry room, whatever word you like. And then the one thing you've got on this lower level is underfloor heating, which is very nice. It's actually nice and cozy in here. And then you've got one room on this lower ground floor. Now this could be a couple of different things. It could either be a home office, could be a craft room, could be a man or lady cave. Or another suggestion is if you've got relatives visiting or grandparents who don't want to go up the stairs, you could have it as an extra bedroom. Now, basically, put a bed in here, a set of drawers, and you're good. And you've got a nice view out to the garden as well. You can see the car in the driveway, all these beautiful trees. So all of the plug sockets are already set out. And then the windows themselves are triple glazed, which is pretty much standard nowadays. You can find some double glazing, but triple is the standard finish. And then have a look at the space you've got here. And then you've got the patio doors going out to the front, which we saw when we started the video. And so basically you can just go straight outside. I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, there we go. It's got a nice seal on the door. So you've got this little patio right here and the steps going out to the garden. Now with the snow, it's a little bit hard to see, but it's all there. No problems at all. And all this room right here. So interestingly, this ground floor has got this like flooring or floor covering. And then when we go upstairs, you'll see a little bit of a different floor covering. Nice light fixture. So all the plug sockets are all laid out for the intention of a TV or a cabinet and things like that. And then the kitchen. And you've got, of course, the fridge on the far left, oven, built-in microwave, and then all of the drawers. And nice big sink. This is beautiful. I think this is the same tap that I've got. We've got the black version of this. I'm sure that's the same one. And you've got a pantry, so you can put all your food and tins and whatever you like. I'd say under here is all of the plumbing. I think we know all these things from looking. Check out the drawer here. Now, I've not actually opened the cupboards, so that's interesting. So dishwasher, and then even the bins with the recycling. This is cool. Well, I'm really playing with things for the first time. Soft closed cupboards, which are always nice. And then up the top here. So the actual kitchen itself is all bespoke. So this was all custom made, specially for this location. Nothing from the hardware store. And then you've got the cooktop right there. In a few videos what I've done, I seem to have missed showing this on videos. There is also a built-in range hood and the extractor would go out to the ceiling. Yeah, very nice. These nice deep cupboards. Check out the soft closing. Microwave, oven, fridge. I think we've seen fridges before. And then of course you've always got these top cupboards, which are the things where you just hide things away and then you can't reach them to get them down again, but plenty of space here. Imagine a nice big dining room table, big sofa, you're set. And then the window is looking out to the garden again. And then this setting sun. So in the winter now you're getting the sun coming through. And then there's the white trees. And the other thing too, if you've got kids, you can see them outside. Nice and easy, they can be playing out there, get some swings, and you're all good. The other thing too, it's got air conditioning built in. Now you can use this as reverse cycle, but most people have these purely for occasional use in summer. Now, in the couple of different apartments I've lived in, we've never switched ours on ever. But we do have air conditioning. Now, coming around to the back here, so of course the property has a little bit of space out the back, so it's fully fenced and completely secure. And then this is the walk-through here. So this is all of the area behind the bathroom, behind the kitchen. So you've got a downstairs bathroom, which is always nice. Big shower. Oh, and also the rain shower as well. Actually, this is very big. This oblong sized. And then everything is fairly standard, but very nice finishing. So the actual house itself is finished to move in ready. And the colors and designs all been picked so that nobody really has to do anything. Also, the built-in toilet is really nice too. So all the workings are behind the wall. You don't need to see anything. And also heated towel rail right here. It's always nice. Even that alone will keep the bathroom nice and warm, let alone the flooring. So there is actually a window in this bathroom here, but they've actually got the panel frosted, which is a great idea, so that nobody can see you if anybody might be out in the garden. And then we come through to the utility room. Now, in a previous video where I showed a house tour, there was lots and lots of comments about this. And this is very normal to how houses are built, particularly new build houses in Russia. The one thing I'll say, which is a little bit extra here, is the worktop finish. And then you've got an extra sink in here as well. And then basically underneath is the pass-through plumbing to the kitchen. So what they've done is, and this is pretty much a normal thing that you're going to do in all houses, is you're going to have exposed pipes because it's easier if you need to work on them, fix anything. You've got the valves for shutting things off. And then this is the boiler for the hot water. And then the circuit board there for all of the power in the house as well. And then I just noticed here also the fly screens. And that was a comment I remember on quite a few videos, that none of the windows have screens on them. And they're all right here, so they just get put in. So some people like them, some people don't. So that's just a normal thing. So all of your workings are inside. Now, part of the reason also they're not sitting outside, like the hot water system or the boiler, is because of the weather outside. And why not have it inside if you can? This is purely a utility room, so it's doing exactly what it does and what it says on the tin. And that's all it needs to do. That's your hot water system right there. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. And I think, I think everything is perfectly fine, but I'm sure there's going to be somebody that'll say something otherwise. Now, to make it easier, I thought I'd get Yevgenia to explain a couple of things about this utility room. Now, we will talk about it in a little bit of a Q&A afterwards. However, can you just point out a couple of things that I'm looking at here now? Over on this wall,
Yeah. that's the heating of the wall, of the floor.
Heated floors.
Heated floors, yeah. It's electric. We don't have gas. You can get gas. It comes on the street, but we thought there's no point bringing it into the house because the house is very well insulated.
Okay, so this is the heating for the underfloor heating. All right, so of course we've got the sink.
Yeah, and we've got everything ready for the washing machine to get
Right, so the washing machine.
The plumbing for it is done.
Okay, and then of course
Dryer can also fit right next to it.
Interesting. Now, that's another question why we see a lot. No tumble dryer.
There's room for a tumble dryer.
Now, in Russia, it's not so typical.
It's not a common thing, no.
Right, and I just want you to answer that because you've got room for doing one side by side.
Yes.
But you can get modern ones where it's built in now.
You can, but there's no need. They're more expensive. You can just get the two standard ones. Obviously, cheaper option. Easier to fix and everything.
Now over here, so the bit that I probably do know is the circuit board for the power coming in.
Yes, we've got 3 phases electricity here, very good, but we've got here all the balancing out between the phases. It's done so that nothing's overstretched, it's safe, it doesn't get too heated or anything like that. So very good. And then this is...
So actually just take one step back. So the water for the property is a well...
A borehole.
A borehole that's on site for the house.
Yes, 27 meters deep.
So you're taking bore water or well water versus town water.
There is no town water here on the street.
Because we're in a bit of a regional area outside of the city.
Yeah, it used to be dachas.
Right.
Now it's part of the city.
So the different things that we're seeing here. So initially when the water comes into the property.
Yeah, it comes into this hydroaccumulating tank. And then it gets filtered. We've got, this is iron removal. This is sort of salt for getting pH levels. And this is the finishing cleaning filter. So it's super clean. It's all drinking water after that.
Okay. And this is normal? This is typical or this is...
This is if you want to live well, you do this.
But this is becoming normal in modern new houses?
Well, some of the stuff you have to do, for example, the iron, because otherwise your washing machine, your dishwasher will die and everything will become yellow. And people are putting them in, but not as good normally. Okay,
so this is over-engineered.
It is so that you can drink water and it's tasty.
Okay, so I think we've answered a lot of questions that we might eventually ask again later in the video. So thank you, Evgenia.
Okay.
And I'll continue with the tour. So from here, I'm going to head on upstairs. So the one very nice thing, and you don't see it very often in a lot of apartments particularly, and of course in houses it's an option to do it, is carpet. And this is mostly because of the ladies involved with this project. She spent a lot of time in England and in Europe, and she likes carpet, and I agree that it just adds something extra, and just that warmth and coziness as you come upstairs and then into the rooms. Now, of course, there's a little bit of an echo because it's not fully furnished. Once you get more furniture in, you wouldn't hear this echo. Have a look at the tall ceilings up here and the flashing light, and then this nice custom handrail as well. So this was made bespoke for this house. It's just beautiful. Let's make these last few steps upstairs. So on this upstairs level, the heating is through electric radiators. Now the actual heating itself for the downstairs level will actually warm the whole house because of the design and insulation. So even today, these are on like a low setting, but it's nice and warm inside already. Have a look at the windows and then the view to these trees and the neighbors. It's probably hard to see just how big and how raised these ceilings are from this angle right here. So we've got all the bedrooms upstairs here. So the way it's laid out is there's the bigger family bedroom in the middle. And check out the window, and then this vaulted ceiling. How nice is that? That is very cool. And that carpet, man, I miss carpet now. when I come in here. And then the view looking out across the other houses. Wow, very nice. As I come around. So there is quite a few different finishes that you'll notice in the rooms here. So along with the carpeted floors, you've got plastered walls on some of the sides of the rooms. And then you've got this natural timber on these panels right here. This is very nice. Also the smell as well, it's very distinct. You can smell the wood finish. But you just need to bring a bed in here, maybe a set of drawers, and you're good. And then coming around to the other bedroom. So upstairs here there is 3 bedrooms, and then the one, I guess you would call it family bathroom, I think is the best way. Well, let's go into the bathroom first. So very similar finish to downstairs. The only difference ultimately is it's got a bath rather than a shower. How nice are these tiles on the wall? Also full floor to ceiling tiles as well. And these are large format tiles. So they just add to the size of the room by using bigger tiles. Sink, mirror, very, very nice. And then you've got a bath for the parents, for kids, super nice. And then a shower if you need one as well. But ideally you'd have your shower downstairs because you've got that built-in shower recess that you don't probably need to use it up here. Just use this as a bath, bit of room for a cupboard back there. Yeah, this is very nice. And then depending on how this would work out then, these perhaps would be children's bedrooms. You could even have them as an office or whatever you like really. But this vaulted ceiling, how it follows the contour of the outside of the building. And these angled windows as well. Very nice. As we see a family just wandering by, going for a bit of a walk. I mean, -5, -8 degrees outside. People go for a walk, no worries at all. But how nice, right here. And then you've actually got this wood finish again, a little bit different color to the other room. So I think there's maybe a stain on the finish. And then you've got another second room here. So this could actually be a walk-in closet. You could put cupboards in here, whatever you like. Maybe this could be the husband's extra bedroom. When the wife, well, my wife kicks me out, she'd send me straight to the spare room. This is super nice. And this wood finish as well just really adds to that different look and feel to the house. I love these doors with the panels. This is really nice. Now I'm trying to do this in as less amount of takes as possible so you can get that walk around feeling when I'm going room to room. And then also the vaulted ceiling here in the corridor here. And these lights. My camera doesn't love the flashing lights, but it's okay. And then the other bedroom. Wow. It's just such a difference when you compare carpeted floors with wood floors. And again, this view, just all the different finishes and the trims, panels, everything is taken care of. So if you find that the heating is too warm, now logically you'd switch it off. However, you can leave it on and just open the window. A little bit of fresh air in, and it'll just cool back the room down a little bit. So this one, the room is behind the staircase. So it's basically a little bit shallower than the other far room with the extra room at the back. You get a nice big wardrobe right here, or some drawers, or whatever you like. And more than enough space for a double or queen size bed in here. Actually, just the finishing here as well. This is like a textured wallpaper. Very nice. And then I noticed on the walls in the corridor here, It's like a textured paint. I'm not sure what to call it. You can see the finish on the angle right here, I think. So what do you think of this upstairs? Let me know in the comments. Could you live here? I think it would be hard to say not, but let me know. Okay, so I'm actually joined here by Ksenia, one of the beautiful sisters who is selling this house. Now, what can you tell me about this? Now, give me some interesting facts about where we are and about the house.
About the house. We love this house. It's in a green region of our town, Korolev, 10 kilometers from Moscow. But it's in such a green heart of the town. My English is not so good as yours because I'm Russian.
Now, actually, let's just go one step back. Now, you're from Korolev.
Yes, I was born here.
Now, I understand that your family... Now, Korolev is famous because it's called the Space
Town.
Space Town. And your family is involved in the space program.
Yes.
And then you two, as sisters...
Yeah, we are sisters
decided
of our space parents.
Decided to go into property.
Yes.
Now, Korolev, of course, not far from Moscow. Now, of course, people can have a car, public transport's nearby.
Yeah.
And around this area, we have schools.
Yeah, schools, gym, and shops, and everything for comfortable life.
Now, if somebody had a car, of course, parking right here.
Of course, parking.
And then 5 minutes or 10 minutes to town by car.
Yes, I just went to buy some coffee.
And back. Now, of course, this house is listed for sale. And of course, the information for the property will be in the description of the video. And they're going to be able to meet you. And,
yes, it's not the main, but still, they will have to meet us.
Now, of course, this house is with 3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms and one. It also can be like a bedroom for guests, for example.
And then 2 bathrooms, open plan right here, bit of a garden.
Big windows.
Big windows, garden out the front. Are you a gardener?
No, I'm not a gardener. I like shashlik and lay down and have sunbathing. She's gardener.
All right, so basically, I'm going to do this in 2 parts. So you're doing one little part about the house. Now, this is move-in ready.
Yes.
So people who will buy this property will get a set of keys and can move right in.
Yes, of course.
There's nothing to do.
Welcome.
Nothing to do, really, basically.
Nothing to do, nothing.
Just bring a few bits of furniture.
Maybe bed.
Knives and forks. Some food for the fridge.
Yes.
And that's about it. Now, do you want to say anything about yourself to all the viewers? No?
Я вопрос не поняла. Я же говорила, мой английский не очень хороший.
Thank you so much. And if anybody does want to come and see this place, you're going to be getting in contact with one of the 2 sisters. And
we are waiting for you. Welcome.
Thanks. We're actually joined here by the second sister who is also involved in this house. Now, the way it actually really works is you're the builder.
Yes.
And your sister is the designer, the eventual seller of the house. Now, this will be the second house tour on my channel. Now, actually, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Evgenia. I'm also from Korolev, but I've lived quite a long time abroad in England, in France, in Austria, and saw a lot of houses all around the world. So what we do here is not a very standard Russian house. We try to kind of modernize it a little bit and use the stuff that I've seen elsewhere that is not very common.
So you wouldn't say it's Russian typical?
Not very typical, no. There's quite a few things that kind of been brought in.
Now, just to explain how we know each other, you're actually a subscriber of the channel.
I am.
Who happens to build and sell houses. And this
Yes.
one is listed for sale. And now the previous video on the channel, actually you partly watched it, but a lot of it was the comments below the video. And I want to ask a couple of questions
Okay.
that...
Should I be worried?
No, not at all, because I think we want to be transparent about the answers or the questions. Now, this is basically a family house on a plot of land. Now, the previous house didn't have a garage, and this place doesn't have a garage, and that's very normal, that houses don't get built with garages.
That's right.
And, you know, do you think... I don't think even for this place it's necessary. Maybe a carport.
I think just a carport would be good enough, but it probably will match perhaps a shashlik area that people will do for themselves. So that we've done a good parking area for like maybe 4 cars.
Yeah.
And you can just be further taken and developed.
So that other house had a little bit more land around the actual house itself. And this is a little bit more of a smaller plot.
Yes.
And that's purely because eventually the family that will live here maybe don't want to do endless gardening.
Yeah, exactly.
And
maybe just like my sister said, just a little bit of sunbathing and shashliki.
Now, the one question that was talked about a lot was the utility room. Now, I've shown that in the video and pointed out a few things. And there was a lot of comments that about the utility room. Now, in this one, there was a sink, there was a worktop, and then all of the exposed pipes and the plumbing. This is quite normal in Russia.
Well, it's better for servicing, for replacing.
And this was a lot of people commenting that it should be hidden, it shouldn't be exposed.
No, it's hidden elsewhere in the house where it needs to be pretty and modern.
But in Russian housing generally, they have a utility room, very much like in America. They have them as well. And then in here, you've got the boiler and the hot water system.
Yeah, filters.
Yeah, now the other question I'm going to ask you is about the doors. Now, there was a lot of comments that the doors looked too narrow.
It's a standard, it's an 80 centimeter door. That's the usual.
So that's an industry standard. So even in England, in other countries, you know, I just don't remember now that it was narrow doors, and my apartment doors are the same width.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you can buy narrower doors.
You can, and bigger ones, but all the furniture these days that you buy, it has to fit through a 80 centimeter door.
Right.
That's why the standard is there, you know.
Now, what were some of the other questions? Now, also about the garden on the other house. Now, here is a little bit of a smaller plot.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was questioned that, you know, there wasn't a shed or somewhere to put tools. Now, you've not done that here also?
No.
Because
we don't think that people who buy this plot will be very, very vivid
won't be very
gardeners. And also, if you see, there's a lot of pine trees here.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a forest territory more than a garden.
Right, and you've got plenty of places to go for walks and for, you don't have to spend it in your own garden.
No, you can just enjoy.
Now, the other question was about the heating and, you know, how the places are kept warm. Now, this has a combination of heating?
Yes, we've got water. First floor is water heated system.
So underfloor heating?
Underfloor heating only. We don't have any radiators on the first floor.
Right.
And on the second floor, it's only radiators and they're all electric. There's no gas here, but the house is very well insulated because it's a sandwich house.
Yeah. So actually, even today, it's cold outside.
Yeah.
We've come inside and it's...
And the heating's on summer setting at the moment.
Right, so
we haven't even turned it up yet.
Right, it's actually comfortable, even just walking in. Also, because of the fact that the windows, I think, are triple glazed.
They're all triple glazed and south facing, so we get quite a lot of heat from the sun.
Right, the afternoon sun which is coming through the window. Now, is there anything else you want to explain or?
Well, we just want to, when we build the houses, we want to be proud of them. So we choose the finishes, and it is all finished, absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
And we choose every single detail how I would have it in my own house.
So, barring of maybe one wall that might be a different color, or, you know. Also, the interesting thing too, the upstairs level is carpeted.
It is, yeah,
And-
because that's done in England everywhere.
Right,
and I
yes.
really like it. It's cozy, it's warm, it's quiet.
And very typically in a lot of the apartments, almost every apartment that I've showed videos, it was either engineered floors or tiles.
Yeah,
And that's very typical in Russia.
it is, yeah.
But you're breaking the mold a little bit
A little bit.
by doing carpeting. And like you say, it's more cozy, it's warmer. Now, just talking about the price. Now, I will talk about the price at the end of the video. And in relation to the property. Now, there's a lot of factors in how the pricing is worked out. Obviously, the building costs, the everything.
Yep.
Paying for every part of it. Now, is there a kind of a higher or lower price because of the location? Is that?
Yes, well, actually, the land here is very expensive, so part of the price is actually paying for the land, and that's why the plots are not very big.
So the location in relativeness to the city, to where is Korolev, I
Yeah.
guess town center.
Yeah.
Also how far you are from Moscow.
5 minutes to a train station by foot.
And then this area we are here, I would imagine there isn't a lot of properties or land come up for sale.
It's a very. we waited a year and a half for this plot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now just talking about your background, so of course your sisters, and I think that's quite unique that we've got an all-lady crew that are doing house construction and selling, and so your part of it is all of the finishing and the basically to get the last set of keys.
Indeed.
Now, explain to everybody, you've done houses before, and that's what
have.
you're doing in Moscow or in Russia.
This is number 7.
House number 7.
Yes.
Now, this is not as simple as apartments.
No, it's much more interesting though, because you get to try different sort of engineering systems, you get to try different new materials. Even the facade of this house is a new material we've never done before, or the wire surround of the terrace.
For the veranda,
This is the first time ever we've done it, but like I see it, you know,
Yeah.
and I want to try it, and I can, and it's interesting.
Now, the one thing I'll say if I compare to that previous video, now I do want to do more house videos versus apartments, but the word typical, you like this, and we've chatted about this. Now, there is no typical, well, maybe there is in Russia.
Hard to find, I think.
Define typical, right. Now, this title of this video won't say the word typical. However, this is a new build, which is becoming a new thing in Russia.
It is, yeah.
Now, there is people who still build to that old style look and...
Or white box, where you
Yes.
don't have a finish and you choose the finish.
Right, yeah. The previous video that I filmed was a little bit more of a white box finish because they had the intention of the person coming in and changing the colors of the walls, changing the ceilings. And you've done all of that.
We want people to move in. At the moment, especially with the prices going up.
Yes.
For materials, for work, people don't want to buy a house and then think, right, I need another 2 or 3 million to change the color of the walls.
Correct.
You know?
Right. Or
They just want to move in.
or this isn't finished to the standard, or this is not finished to the standard. Now, the person who's going to buy this, now hopefully you're watching the video,
Hopefully.
and we want to get invited for the first barbecue.
Yes.
Now, there's a lot of little things that I've noticed here that are a little bit more than I've seen in other houses. So the electric gate outside,
Yes.
that could just be a simple sliding gate.
It could be, but we want it like we'd have it at home.
Yeah,
You know, you
so-
don't want to get out in the car in winter.
You know, it's just those little tiny things that also the different sockets in the different locations.
Yes.
You've thought about the possible furniture layouts
We have, yeah.
as well. Come this way a tiny bit. No, it's okay. And you've just thought about it, like you said, that you'll move in.
Yes,
Now, you, of course, live in one of your own houses that you built.
I do.
So you live in number 2. Did you not?
3.
Number 3, and this is
Yes.
number 7.
Yes.
Now you also do some apartment remodeling.
We do, we do refurbs and from scratch and
So black
anything.
box,
Black
white box.
white box. Yeah.
So yeah, I've talked about that in other videos, the different finishes that you can buy apartments in, then ultimately how you can finish them. And you're doing mostly work in Korolev, but anywhere in Moscow.
We've done a few refurbs in Moscow, but obviously it's further to travel.
Yes, and it makes things more challenging.
Yes, but some people really ask.
Can you please come? And
especially like since I speak English.
yeah, so that's another thing too, that you speak very nice English. So if anybody wants to contact Yevgenia and Xenia, now if you don't know, my wife's name is Yevgenia also, so it's very hard to remember the two. You can talk to her in Russian and in English if you want to understand a little bit more about this. And like with Yuri and Irina in other videos, you're experts in what you do, and I appreciate your knowledge. So any question that I've asked you, you've got the answer. And I love that there's basically a reason behind what you're doing.
I love my job.
Yeah.
I'm proud of what I do.
And it comes across in the houses. Now, have you got some more houses coming after this one? Is there some that
After this one?
Is there like secret projects?
I've got it in my mind.
Okay, so if you want to see the girls or the ladies in more videos, let us know in the comments. I will put your information in the description
Thank you.
of the video. So if people want to contact you with WhatsApp,
Yeah.
I think is the easiest one, right?
Easiest, yeah. It's
What's
the one
up?
I check.
Yeah. So if you have any additional questions, put them in the comments and we'll figure out a way to answer them. And also, of course, I have my Telegram, but I think you'll be very interested to read
I will be.
the comments.
I'm a little
And
bit scared and worried about it.
now, the first video I did was a little bit long. People weren't happy with the long videos. I do long videos. You're going to have to watch long videos. Mostly because there's more things to show and more detail. And I think that's perfectly fine for what we're doing. We can't edit this to 5 minutes because it's not possible. So
Sorry.
thank you so much. So from here, I'm going to head on home and I'm going to go through and recap some of the information about the house and let you know about the price and some of the details. So let's get on home and go through all of the nitty-gritty for you. So I've made it back home now, and firstly I want to thank Yevgenia and Xenia, the two sisters who built the house that you've just seen. And of course we had the chat with them as part of the video, and just something that you would not expect to meet two ladies that are doing house construction, house renovating, and of course now this is listed for sale. Super interesting and very smart ladies. Thank you so much. And all the information for the apartment, of course I'm going to talk about it right now quickly at the end. The link to the listing, of course it's currently for sale, will be in the description of the video, along with contact information for the girls. If you want to, of course, go and see the house or get an inspection and all that sort of stuff, ask questions. I'm going to put the information right here about some of the basics about what we saw and what I showed you. So the actual house itself is in Korolev, which is in the northeast of Moscow, very famous as the space town or space city. And a lot of the people that live there currently work in the space program and previously did as well. Really just super interesting. They've got a museum there. I've actually been there quite a few times. I've done a video at the Globus hypermarket, and I actually went there by bus. You can also go there by train. There is actually a train station about a 10-minute walk from where the house was. I jumped in the car and got a lift back to the bus stop to head on back to Moscow and then home where I live. So the actual house itself was 10 kilometers from the Makad, which is the border between Moscow and Moscow region. That's why Xenia mentioned the 10-kilometer distance. If you want to measure it from the house to Red Square, 28 kilometers. So really not that far, about 45 minutes to an hour depending on traffic. It's actually just one main road and you're right in the center of Moscow. The house itself was 160 square meters and the land parcel that it was on, 400 square meters. And of course, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. There was that extra room downstairs as well, which could act as an extra bedroom or an office, whatever you like. Of course, there was also the storage rooms as well upstairs. Yeah, you saw the house. I mean, could you live there? I mean, absolutely I could. I mean, my wife saw the photographs and she was already very excited when she saw that carpet on the upstairs level because we're so used to that from Australia. And it's such an uncommon thing here in Russia. I mean, you can buy carpet, you can install it, but most people go with the wood flooring or the vinyl flooring. So the price I'm going to put right here. So this is the current listed price for the house. It's 24.5 million rubles. And of course, you can contact the ladies. You can get them to explain to you how the price is or works. And maybe just ask if there's any Russell discount. And the exchange rate into dollars, so 303,000 US dollars, 260,000 euros, 423,000 Canadian dollars, 230,000 pounds. Then in Australian currency, $463,000. Now, I will say the last thing that I'll mention is it was completely move-in ready. There's nothing to do. You'll get a set of keys, bring your clothes, bring something to put in the fridge, maybe some plates and knives and forks, and you're good. There's nothing that you need to think about changing the minute you move in. There isn't, maybe a wall you want to repaint, nothing like that. So I hope this was an interesting video for you. And if you want to see more of the ladies, let me know in the comments. Give them a shout out in the comments as well. I did mention that, that there'll be lots of people commenting about the house and about the ladies as well. I'd love to get them on more videos if it's possible because they are very knowledgeable about real estate here in Russia. And both of them have done it for quite a lot of years, so they know what they're talking about. I could live there. Could you live there? That's the main thing. If you want to follow me on social media, the link is right here. I'm very active on Telegram. And if you want to see an old video on the channel, click this link. You'll be able to watch another real estate tour and keep traveling with Russell. Okay, everybody, I'm off for another adventure. Bye.